And it is time for the Locker Room 981. I am Ayomairo Esse, and joining me today, as always, is Tega Onojaife. Morning, Tega. How are you today? You're giving yourself drum roll.
I have to give myself the. Don't you know? I have to hype myself.
You
Good
have
morning,
to.
everybody. It's Friday. Are you at work?
I know, or do you have an extension? That
You
might
know,
not be
some people are
there.
extended by themselves. You answer query on Monday, but we're at work and we are here to give you the sports gist.
Yes, the sports
So,
gist.
if you're a Manchester United fan, get ready for the dragging. It's a dragging moment, baby.
They'll come up with excuses now. All right, okay, so you already know it's already started on a very fiery note, so it's about to get even hotter. This is how you can be a part of the conversation. Go on to our Twitter handle at smooth981fm, use the hashtag lockerroom981. You can also use our YouTube platform to send us a message. You know, that's where all the fun happens, on or in front and behind the scenes. All right, so you can do that on Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Use the chat box to send us your message, and of course on WhatsApp 0809 444 is the number. Okay, so let's get straight into our stories for today. We're not starting with football. We're starting with, guess, boxing. Fury versus Joshua will be in Saudi Arabia in August, according to Hearn. British rivals Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua have agreed on a 14 August date for their World Heavyweight Unification title fight in Saudi Arabia, according to promoter Eddie Hearn. He said this on Thursday. He said the fight was a done deal, even if not yet fully signed off by both parties. August is about 23 degrees at 11 p.m., but they want to recreate something very, very special. Last time they built the stadium for the Andy Ruiz fight in just 7 weeks, and that held 18,000. And this will be a similar setup. They have the opportunity to hold it indoors, but they want to create something that's going to just shock the world. And they want to, if they can, build another stadium just for this fight.
Well, this is what I will say. First of all, before we go into the fight, let's talk about the tourism that Saudi Arabia has been using sports to do. Remember F1 when they're going to the circuit they're building at in Saudi Arabia, and now this boxing they've been taking it step by step. Before you know it, there's football. Before you know it, there's anything, and so you look at all these countries that really don't have any standout athletes, but they're just bringing standout events to the country. So you can imagine building a stadium just for this, and they want to dazzle. They are ready to light up and show the world, and they're attracting the biggest fights and they're attracting the biggest investments. What are we doing here in this country? Okay. Now let's move on to the fight.
You want to go there?
Let's move on with the one of lights. National grid is
I
down.
see you complaining every single day.
It's national grid, Sef.
Oh my goodness.
I said I'm going to put Minister of Power on my CV.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I am a minister.
You are a minister of power.
Anyways, but we get to the fight now, and it all but seems to have been agreed. I know there's still money dangling for that. That's the most important one. And for me, I don't care if they've chosen the date, the location, the time. Look, if they don't agree on the money, nobody's fighting.
Our boy Sam, isn't it, who is funding? Is it
Look,
Arab money?
It doesn't. It's how they will share it.
Okay.
So if they don't agree on that money, I can guarantee you, it doesn't matter whether they build a new stadium, they will look for something else to do there because those guys are not fighting. And so for me, whilst Eddie Hearn is so optimistic that this is settled, I think he still needs to sort that out. But what it looks like is that both fighters want to enter the ring against each other. So we may finally get that fight that we always want to see. Who is better?
Who are you rooting
tactician
for?
Tyson Fury or the heavy puncher Anthony Joshua?
You know me, I'm very loyal. I don't even need to watch the match.
Green, white, green.
Green, white, green.
But there's no Nigerian there.
Eh?
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
I think his nationality is according to what is good for him at that point.
Exactly.
I love him. He's such an Igbo man. He should actually be such a very. He's a tactician. Is he the tactician?
No, he's the heavy puncher.
He's a tactician in areas of nationality.
Politics. He's a tactician.
All right, let's move on. So let's see. I know a number of Nigerians are probably going to be back in Joshua.
Yeah.
So
then you answer Femi.
Then you come quickly. You come to Ogun State for a quick tour. All right. Taya from Maja says Saudi have money to plan and spend. Nigeria, we have jollof rice. Okay, let's go on to tennis now. Top seed Batty to meet Goff in Italian Open quarters. World number one, Ashley Batty, set up a clash with extremely dangerous US teenager Coco Gauff at the Italian Open for a place in the semi-final. According to Batty, Coco has shown that she loves to bring her best tennis against the players that challenge her the most. She is extremely dangerous. Goff, ranked 35th, reached her fourth quarterfinal of the year with a 7-5, 6-3 win over world number 4, Sabalenka. And according to Goff, I definitely feel I'm more confident on the court in my shots and my decisions. I think it just comes with experience. She became the youngest WTA title winner since 2004, 2 years ago, in Linz.
Okay, so let me put it this way now. Let me paint the picture of why she's allegedly dangerous. Last week in the final of the Madrid Open, it was Ashley Batty and Sabalenka won that. And so Coco Gauff has now defeated the person that defeated Ashley Batty. So that's where the history is coming from. But I still think that Ashley Barty just has the edge. Prior to that loss against Sabalenka, Ashley Barty had been winning all the tournaments, and twice she had beaten Sabalenka back to back, for good measure. So Sabalenka was trying to get revenge. She put her all in it. I think that on the day, Ashley Barty just has that little edge of experience and of being a winner to take this against Coco Gauff. Coco Gauff's game needs to be a little neater. So her unforced errors sometimes are a little too much, and that's because she's an aggressor. If you're an aggressor, if you're very versatile and you try different shots, sometimes you are likely to make those mistakes. So because she's an aggressor, she has that high amount of unforced errors. And Ashley Barty just seems a little cleaner in her game. So I just think that experience will make her defeat Coco Gauff. But Ashley Barty has been playing so much tennis, and so because of my selfish reasons for Coco Gauff, I'm expecting fatigue to set in. I'm praying. Ashley Barty, you know I love you, but I'm hoping for fatigue. So if fatigue sets in, then her footwork is gone.
Yeah.
And then Coco Gauff can take this. Otherwise, it's just looking like Ashley Barty though. And I like the fact that Ashley Barty is actually wary of Coco Gauff.
Yeah.
So you don't take her for granted, and you're likely to bring your A game, and then you win this one. But it's a tough ask.
It's a tough ask. Okay. I'm just looking at you in admiration. Like, who is this nigga? Come, let me see. Are you sure there's no battery at your back? There's just
there is.
Even if you don't understand tennis, when you're listening, like, Ashley Barty. Oh, they come. Oh, fantastic. By the way, Cruz says announcement. If you're not watching on YouTube, you're missing. Tega is just grooving to her own bedroom. After all, it's a feel-good Friday.
What can I say?
All right, still on tennis. Nadal saves 2 match points to reach Rome quarters. Top seeds Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal reached the quarterfinals of the Italian Open along with another former winner, Alexander Zverev, on Thursday as spectators returned to the stands for the first time in Italy. Defending champion Djokovic needed just 70 minutes to sweep past Spain's Alejandro Davidovich Fokina 6-2, 6-1 with the Foro Italico venue filled to 25% of capacity for the first time amid the easing of COVID-19 restrictions. Wow. According to Djokovic, it was not good, it was great. I miss the crowd.
Yes. When you see that kind of thing, it's really great to have the crowd behind you. But Djokovic played blistering tennis on the day. For Rafa Nadal, he should have been knocked out yesterday. Yes, I'm saying with my full chest, he should have been knocked out. So Denis Shapovalov had this exciting. He's an exciting talent. He has a lot of shots. He's versatile. He has his technique is beautiful. The problem with him though is because he is so exciting to watch and he loves the game of tennis, he doesn't calculate his games. He has to be more strategic with his game. He has the technique, but he needs the strategy, and he doesn't have that. So he took the first set convincingly, made Rafa Nadal look a little questionable. You'll be wondering who had all the Grand Slams on clay if you watch the both of them the first set. Second set too, he also broke Rafa Nadal very early. Looked like he was going to win this. Rafa Nadal dug deep. And that's where Rafa Nadal is a little different. He's resilient, and that's why clay fits him. You see, with clay, like I said before, you build up the points. So it is your strategy that works. Your technique has to be good though, but your strategy also works. He builds up the points. He knows what play to frustrate you with. And the more the more shots you can return in play, the more likely you are to win a point.
Yeah.
And Rafa Nadal is that kind of guy. He returns every shot. He's dogged. He's resilient. He forces you to just make that one extra shot. And now, because he's the one returning, he's the one that is anticipating your move. You now start second guessing yourself. I start trying to play very close to the lines, or very close to the edge, and that's where you start hitting your shots out and all. And that's what he did to Shapovalov. He got into his head in that second set, and the minute he took that second set, he made Shapovalov tone down in the third set a little bit. There were opportunities in the third set that Shapovalov could have won, but again, like I said, it was Nadal getting into Denis's head. So Rafa Nadal has survived, but he's not looking convincing for me, which is why I think that French Open may see a new champion. May see a different champion. Let me not say new, but a different champion, because he doesn't look so convincing or as invincible as he was before. But then again, Rafa Nadal on clay, he can play poorly and still win.
I'm thinking that the female tennis the male tennis is more predictable than the female tennis.
Yes, it is more predictable. Female WTA is wild west. Look on what's today? Today's Friday. On Thursday, we lost Serena Williams, Naomi Osaka, Petra Kvitova, Sofia Kenin, Simona Halep. That's 6 of the top 10 players just went home.
Just like that.
The red on the clay was the blood of the greats. It wasn't the color of the sand. It was just horrible.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, it's really well done.
I love it. And I love unpredictability. If not, what's the point of watching a match? This was going to win.
This one is definitely going to win.
All right. So now let's go on to some Manchester United news, shall we?
Yep.
Manchester United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said the disruption to his team's preparations caused by fan protests was not to blame for his side's poor performance in their 4-2 home defeat by Liverpool on Thursday. He said once we were in it was all focused on the game, but it's a different preparation coming in at noon for a 8:15 kickoff. It's a long time to be here, but I thought the boys managed that well.
Okay, yeah, so they had to come in a little earlier because the Manchester United fan, I told you it's not fans entering the stadium. Those people are hooligans. It was the Manchester United fan, was the Manchester United people again. I don't know what to call them again. That they said in the protest they wanted to disrupt the match again. So I don't know what to do with these people. It's like you've put your team under pressure. These guys had to play 2 matches in 3 days. Come on. If you really love this team, is this what you're supposed to be doing to the team? Especially as they had lost. You want them to win. So it's frustrating. Manchester United fans here, please call your guys. Tag them in your WhatsApp group. Tell them they shouldn't be doing this kind of thing. However, protest aside, the game started and it started really well for Manchester United. They scored the first goal, looked like they were going to get a few more goals. Unfortunately, Liverpool came back into the game towards the end of the first half, and from then on, they didn't look back. Manchester United did show some flash of brilliance in the second half, but Liverpool just seems to be able to push it a little extra. And Liverpool had a lot of reasons to. They still want to get into. They still have that hope for top 4. And then again, it's Manchester United. There is no greater motivation than beating your rivals on their home soil, and so Liverpool really wanted to do that. But it was a brilliant game, well executed by the Liverpool players. But for Manchester United, something was a little off, and I don't think it's a protest. I think on the day they just were a step behind Liverpool. And I won't blame Ole Gunnar Solskjaer too much. To those of you that are saying Ole out. He put his team on the pitch. The team just didn't play well. And maybe some people say, oh, there's no leadership in the back because Harry Maguire is missing. And so there was questions about leadership. But then again, the way Liverpool approached the game, the urgency with which they approached and the tactics, it was a little better.
All right. Thank you very much. Now we have comments that's come through. We will come back and take those comments once we are, after this break. Don't go anywhere. And are we going to open the phone lines today?
Because we want to drag Manchester United fans.
Let's open. We'll be right back after this break.
We'll drag you.
Okay, so we need to charge because...
Oh, the phone is dying.
So you know how you can do that? Move it this way. Move it this way then.
Innovation,
yeah, remove my phone.
My
phone is...
No, it's okay.
Or just
so
simply getting service that is designed just for you.
So move it.
Yeah,
you have to carry
like all of that and more. That is why we specially created Providence Bank for you to take care of your daily experiences. At Providence Bank, we believe that banking should be all about you and your business and how to
Cheryl, put
get
your
you
phone
to
on
the
silent.
next level.
That beep
If
is
you do
getting.
not already have a Providence Bank
Put your phone on
account,
silent.
please speak with our
Completely.
business concierge on 0700 77 684
Can you see me?
or email businessconcierge@providencebank.com to
I'm giving
switch
you
to a
full
future
free
forward
music.
banking experience. Providence Bank.
No.
Future.
Okay, we'll drag Manchester. Okay, we just tell Manchester United fans and call in and tell us what they think is
They
happening
support the
with their team.
protest,
Yeah, what they
well,
think is happening to
okay,
their
what they
team.
think is happening to
They
their
can support the protest. Just don't protest
Just
on the
don't
pitch.
protest on the pitch. Why are they doing that now? Like you said, they are not true fans.
Hooligans.
My former team. That was my first love. Oh. Because we want to drag Manchester United. You people are mean on YouTube.
Wanna drag them home?
Life with zero worries. This is what Latin was talking about. So you get home, you be singing ads.
No, I haven't been saying for 3 years that Roland Garros will have a different winner. No. Nope. That's not true. Ajayi Emmanuel. That's a fat lie. I know I said it last year because last year was tricky. But I haven't been saying it for 3 years. So yeah, you must have been listening to a whack radio station. I've told you, leave it on 98.1. Ajayi Emmanuel, leave it on 98.1.
Okay, we are live. Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life. It's still the Locker Room 981. I'm Ayo and I have Tega Onojaife here as well.
The dragger of the
The
generator.
dragger of the generator. I just want to do like a generator and drag Manchester United. If you're listening to us, say hello. We're on WhatsApp 0809 444 0981. On YouTube, oh gosh, we're having such a great time. YouTube is youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos. And on Twitter, you can tweet at us at smooth981FM. Use the hashtag Locker Room 981. Let's go to our comments first. Shay says, Ayoba Oni, Tega Weko Bureau. Liverpool can still make top 4. Chelsea and Tuchel, please, I beg you, beat Leicester and just steal top 4. Tega, Saudi has money. Nigeria, we have fantastic ladies in sports. Like Tega and Ayo. Yeah, I'm considered the lady in sports.
Today's wife's birthday.
Please, today's my wife's birthday. Oh, my love, my pizza, Ayomi, the one who presses my Momo button daily. Happy birthday, Mrs. Yomi Orimoloye.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Yomi.
And this is a round of applause for you, Mrs. Yomi Orimoloye, on behalf of your husband, Shane. All right, fun from all of us here at the Locker Room 981. Charles Omoboya says, Hyperactive Tiger, you're so entertaining. You're a maestro at what you do.
Oh,
absolutely, I agree with you. Chijoke from Lekki says, after United's first goal, Manchester City urged Liverpool not to worry about tearing the blue kit they borrowed from City. That was when Liverpool started firing on all cylinders and downed United at home. You don't use batteries, you're solar energy powered. All right, Gbemi says, I expect Batty to bash Coco off the court. However, when we see Nadal struggle against Shapovalov, you realize Nadal is more likely to win Roland Garros. And then Zizi Classic says, congrats to Manchester City, the champions of EPL. Thanks to Arsenal for saving us from noise pollution. Even if Arsenal has 99 problems, winning against Chelsea is one of them. Takwa from Magada says, the only thing Man U will win this season is top 4. Finish. LOL. And then going on to our YouTube platform, YouTube is popping. Mayowa Oladimeji says, because we want to drag, or you guys want to drag Man U. Ajayi Emmanuel says, Tega has been saying the same thing for 3 years and that the French Open will have a different champion. But he has won the last 3 slams at Roland Garros.
Ajayi Emmanuel, not true. I said it last year, but not 3 years.
Emomena Cargo said, this live show makes sense. So where have I been exactly? And says, Tega, I'm feeling the energy. Then Daniel says, didn't know I was missing something till I started viewing online. The live stream is a vibe, says Mayowa. Of course. Then Ajayi Mano says, Tega, I recall you predicted that the likes of Dominic Thiem, are we still on it?
Ajayi Mano, I said last year, I didn't say Dominic Thiem. I never said Dominic Thiem. You know I can never say Dominic Thiem. For two reasons. Number one, he hasn't apologized to Serena publicly.
Oh.
Yes. And number two, people call him the Prince of Clay, but I think he's a better hardcourt player. So yes, it couldn't have been me that said Dominic Thiem. It couldn't have been me.
Well, how about what? See this thing that Femi said, that did anyone notice Sadio Mane?
Oh yes, at the end of the game, he
Club?
refused to shake hands with Coach Club, but then we'll sort it out, maybe with a boxing match. Okay, if you didn't get the joke. So Antonio Conte substituted Lautaro Martinez for an Inter game, and he didn't like it. So during training, they now did a boxing match for Antonio Conte and Lautaro Martinez to sort out their differences. Of course, it was a nice, nice breaking the ice settlement. But yeah, so that's where the Sadio Mane joke was coming from. But let's go to the phone lines.
Okay,
Manchester United fans, won't drag you. Just come and tell us what's happening to your team. Come and analyze your team for us, because we don't get it. Because they seemed in great form.
It's Tega that said we won't drag you. I cannot speak for the rest of our listeners. I'm sorry. But
so please call us and tell us what's happening to your team, Manchester United fans.
014489981. That's 014489981. While we'll wait for those calls, let's go on to some news. Tuchel eyes first Chelsea trophy as Leicester chase FA Cup history. Tuchel has energized the likes of N'Golo Kante, Jorginho, and Antonio Rudiger. Okay, so we now have the calls pouring in. Let me pause on this story and then take the calls. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Ayo from Ikoton. Good morning, Tega and Ayo.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm very, very disappointed with what Man U did yesterday. But at the same time, Liverpool needs it more than Man U. And what happened is that the Fred is not supposed to be a Man U team. I've been saying this thing from here. Fred is not supposed to be a Man U team. He's the one that is causing, or he's the one that is not helping the defender and makes mistakes. I believe that is the reason. But we will come up in the Europa final very soon.
All right,
thank you so much. All right, let's move on. Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello, Ibukun from K2. Hello, Ibukun from K2. Good morning. Go ahead, please.
Yes, really, playing 4 matches in 8 days is quite a strain on the team, if you look at it. But I agree with what Colin said. We're very bad in possession yesterday. After the first goal, we had all the intensity and everything up to the first goal. Then they scored, and then things just went wrong from the midfield. Even McTominay uncharacteristically was losing the ball. Fred was losing the ball unnecessarily. And then Rashford was totally out until he scored that goal. Really, he wasn't doing anything up front.
Yeah.
And when the midfield was cut off, even Pogba was out of it yesterday, getting caught in possession. I don't know why he always tries to hold the ball from 3 or 4 people when they are not that strong. He's not the kind of player that will hold on to the ball like his last time will do. But he's always trying to do all these tricks, turn around with 2 people, and then the girl all gets taken off him. And then it starts doing a Ronaldo light kind of complaining. So many lights in the team yesterday. And I guess Liverpool wanted it more. And they deserve to win.
All right. I think that's something that at least the 2 callers agree on, and that's that they deserve to win. And Cruz says, defense lawyers, please stop calling. We need people that would drag Man U. All right, but before we drag them, let's continue this Chelsea. Oh, we should take more calls. Okay. Morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name, please, and where are you calling from?
My name is Eze. I'm calling from Ojo.
Eze, please go ahead.
Yeah. Good morning to you, lady. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. I think I knew Liverpool was always going to
Okay.
Yeah, they lost their form. But I think on the players level, I think Liverpool is high. They don't look players there. And I'm not surprised that they won. But please, Peggy, I don't understand. City won the PPL and they didn't even give us the chance. But I'm a City fan.
He didn't.
It's not as if they even want it to work. They just want to and they opened the phone and they asked if I was disappointed. I was hoping that you guys were going to open the phone line.
Oh, for Man City fans, wait now. When they hand the cup over to you, we open the phone lines from the start of the show to the end. You just be calling. We will not even take stories. That's not true. But don't worry, we'll have a day for you.
Yeah.
We want people to play get your guard of honor, then we'll give you guard of honor here. It's turn by
Exactly.
turn now.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Right. Thank you, Eze. Oh gosh, Tega, your people. Okay then. So can we take the Chelsea
Can we
story
take?
now?
Yeah, let's just take the Chelsea story.
All right. So he has already confirmed Kepa Arrizabalaga will start instead of first choice keeper Edward Mendy. He starts the FA Cup, says Tuchel. We trust him and he deserves it. That is the basis of why we put him in the lineup. We have earned the right to be in the final and will arrive with an opportunity to make our own history. We feel we're in with a chance, and if we can play to our level, we have great chances.
Well, I think it's good people management. I think so. If it doesn't work, Tega didn't say that. But right now, I think it's good people management because Kepa Arrizabalaga for FA Cup and then Mendy for UEFA Champions League final. I think he's just trying to satisfy his team that they spent good money to get the players in.
Yeah.
But it was a good. I think what happened to Chelsea against Arsenal, where Arsenal defeated Chelsea. I'll say that again. Arsenal defeated Chelsea.
No, that's music
was,
to our ears.
It was one goal. It was an error, but people make mistakes for goals to be considered, so that's normal. But what happened to them in that game against Arsenal was it kind of brought them down to earth because they've been riding on this high ever since they defeated Real Madrid. So they needed something to prepare them for that FA Cup against Leicester City on Saturday. So I think it's going to. I think the loss against Arsenal is going to put them back on their toes, and which is going to make the match a little tougher for Leicester City, but a little more exciting for the rest of us. Unfortunately, a lot of Chelsea fans like to make noise, but that shouldn't take away from the fact that Thomas Tuchel came in this season, came in on the back of Chelsea's Frank Lampard, Chelsea's favorite son, Frank Lampard, being fired, and so he wasn't welcomed like a new coach would have been welcome. But he has done well to get the team on track. He's gotten them into 2 finals and he's likely to take the 2.
No,
So,
don't say that.
I say likely.
I mean, don't say that.
I shouldn't even say likely.
I will say
Okay, I will analyze and you do your own analysis later. But it's likely to take both, and so the FA Cup is the first one up. And that loss against Arsenal has put them back on their toes and told them, look, we are not invincible. And so they're going to play their hearts out. Arrizabalaga is in goal. He's going to do his best. The goal that they considered against Arsenal was not the goalkeeper's fault. I'll say that every day of the week and twice on Sunday. And so at the end of the day, I think he's prepared to take this one on. So Thomas Tuchel, go out and surprise us. I'll be supporting whoever wins. Yes, senior man Kelechi Iheanacho.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Wilfred Ndidi plays for Leicester
Leicester
City. So we have 2 Nigerians on the Leicester side.
Yeah.
But it's an English final. I'm not supporting anybody.
No, but Tayo's saying as a fair Nigerian, Iheanacho should score, but Chelsea can win. I just hope Chelsea don't fumble like what they did against Arsenal. Let them not fumble now, so that they can win. Then they'll be on the high again. And they'll play with Man City. They'll that guards are lowered. And Tega seems Man U hired some members and fans imported from Mushi and Oshodi. Okay, what do you think?
No, those ones are learners compared to some of the fans that are in England. Trust me.
And then Josh says, morning, Aya and Tega. Did I just hear one Man U fan caller say when we scored the first goal? Sorry, the first goal was a deflection, own goal. 6 goals were scored last night, and Man U only scored 1 legally. That's all.
Josh.
Thank you so much, Josh, and thanks to all our listeners, and especially on our WhatsApp and YouTube platform. YouTube has just been amazing. Thank you all very much. Don't forget to complete our feedback form. We want to serve you better. We want to give you a better listening experience.
No, finish. I'll show you something.
All right, so please go on to all our social media platforms. The link to complete the form is there, so please help us. We want to serve you better. Next up, we have the Feel Good Friday edition of Lagos Talks 91. You know how it is. It's always such a great time, so don't go anywhere. Smooth 98.1.
Any radio station he has been listening to.
I saw it to you 3 years from. Yeah. To you, I was just like, I'm like, it's either I'm missing something